Hello, my name is Hannah. I am 28 years old. I am child-free by choice, and about a week and a half ago, I got my tubes removed. I recently had a laparoscopic bilateral salpingectomy, which is where they remove the fallopian tubes so you cannot get pregnant. This is different than like getting your tubes tied, where the tubes are still there and there is that increased chance of ectopic pregnancy. Mine were completely yeeted away. They are no longer in my body at all. My husband and I have known for a long time that we don't ever want to have kids. So we've been debating how we want to go about permanent sterilization. And there are a few reasons why we chose this route, which I'll explain in this video. There have been questions about, how do I know I don't want kids? And what if I change my mind? I'm so young, what if I regret it? And I can absolutely see where these questions are coming from. However, if I were to make the decision to bring a child into this world, it feels as though that decision would not be questioned. It's sort of the expectation, it seems, for women to make that choice to have babies. When for me, that choice would leave me miserable. Of course, I would love my child more than I can probably even imagine. And yeah, I think I could be a good mom, and the man that I'm married to would be a great dad. But again, I just know that that choice would change our life in so many ways that I don't want it to change. I don't want to come home from work and have to deal with children after a long day. I don't want my weekends to be taken up by basketball games and dance recitals. I don't want the money that I earn to go towards daycare and diapers. And thankfully, we live in a world right now where I can make that choice for myself. It has not always been that way for women, and the way things are looking in this political climate currently, who knows how things will look in the future. And that's another reason right there, is the world is literally on fire and I have no desire to bring an innocent human into that. Mad respect to all the moms out there. There are so many amazing parents who absolutely love being parents, and I completely respect that choice, just like I believe it should be respected for young women to make the choice not to have kids. Anyway, there is a lot more I could say. There are so many reasons why I do not want to have children. Have you guys ever seen on TikTok that girl with the list? I saw that she just had her 300th reason added to her list of reasons why she doesn't want kids. And I'm like, yeah, girl, I can relate to pretty much all of those. I have been sharing my journey over the last week and a half on Instagram and TikTok, and I've received lots of great questions and well wishes, which is so appreciated. At the end of this video, I will compile all of those frequently asked questions and answer them for you here. In the meantime though, I did vlog the day before surgery, the day of surgery, and a few days after. So let's roll it back to my very last day with fallopian tubes. It's the day before surgery. I have to be on a clear liquid diet starting at 2 a.m. I think. Yeah, 2 a.m., 12 hours before surgery time. And I have a half day of work tomorrow, so I have back-to-back patients in the morning before I go into the hospital to get surgery. So I'm trying to get things as prepared as I can tonight. I'm working remote, but I have to go straight from like my work to the hospital like literally right after. One thing about me, I love Jell-O, so I'm low-key excited to have a reason to eat this tomorrow. This might be my breakfast. So I want to get it made now so it's ready to go bright and early tomorrow. I haven't made Jell-O in so long, I forgot how to even do it. 1 cup boiling water, 1 cup cold water. We could do that. Should I make little Jell-O shots? I think I should. Without the alcohol, of course. I just know I'm gonna spill this. And just like that, tomorrow's breakfast is ready. Today is the day. It is literally 3:30 in the morning right now. I could not sleep. I'm feeling kind of nervous, and not because I'm questioning my decision to do this. I feel very confident in my choice, and I've wanted to do this for a long time. It's more so just the nerves of like having an actual surgery. Going under anesthesia, them poking around in my abdomen. A little nervous about that. I have a pretty low pain tolerance, and so I'm just dreading being uncomfortable for the next few days, not being able to lift weights. That's what I'm most anxious about, and not being able to do anything. I'm a busybody. Anyway, we are officially on the clear liquid diet. That technically started at 2 a.m. So I am treating myself to some bone broth, this clear protein drink, and that Jell-O that I made last night. To me, the worst part about this clear liquid diet is not being able to have my latte. Black coffee is a clear liquid, so I can have that. I'm just not a big fan. I'd rather not have a coffee than have black coffee at this point. I'll just have 2 of them tomorrow to make up for it. I might have a little bit of tea later if I feel like it. I've not tried these before. If you guys watched my last grocery haul, you saw that I found them at Fresh Time. I'm excited to try it. I was curious if it'd be fizzy. It is not. Okay, I don't hate it. The pear flavor is nice. I've had a few different clear protein drinks in my time. Some of them are disgusting, and they're always gonna have that like slight chalky flavor when you put 20 grams of whey protein in some water. All things considered, this isn't so bad. It was expensive though. It was $4 for this can, which is quite steep. Let's have some Jell-O to go with this. I was just thinking, technically alcohol is a clear liquid, but obviously not pre-surgery approved. Breakfast of champions. I am very much regretting not taking the whole day off today. Why do I do this to myself? It's fine. I have a few patients this morning. It'll make the day go faster so I don't just sit here and think about the surgery. Clock out, we'll go to the hospital, and then we'll just do it. And I'll be one step closer to eating a cheeseburger. I am so hungry right now. I have 2 more patients to see, but I have to drink this Ensure Clear within the next hour. So if you're a patient of mine and you see me sipping on this, don't be alarmed. The girl's gotta get her carbs, zinc, and selenium in. Let's do a taste test. Truly not bad. Also, I cannot stop peeing. I've been peeing all day long. So many liquids. No.
I thought you were asking me to hold it now.
No, just
Yes, I'll keep your...
really good in purple. Good morning. It's the day after surgery. I'm feeling very stiff, and I'm starting to have some pain around my incisions, but I haven't had any pain relief medicine since last night, so I think starting the day with that should help. So far, I've just been taking Tylenol and ibuprofen, but they did give me a prescription for something stronger, but hopefully I don't need it. I want to show you guys my incisions, but I'm not sure if YouTube will get mad. I'm also super orange from the like cleaning stuff they use. The worst pain I've had so far is the gas pains from when they blow the air into your abdomen and it just like spreads through your chest and your shoulders, making it hard to breathe. I think I'm gonna have something to eat, take some medicine, and start the day just sitting on the couch. I'm trying to move around as much as possible to help relieve that gas pain. I'm not sure how much longer I can stay standing.
Johnson's father, so it makes Magic Johnson his son. Johnson.
I wanted to talk a bit about the actual process once I got to the hospital yesterday, because that's the part I was most nervous about, was just like the ins and outs of like the actual surgery, because I've never gotten a surgery before like that. I had my wisdom teeth removed in high school, but that's obviously totally different. And I want this video to be helpful to those who are maybe in like a similar situation. So first things first, actually, backing all the way up to getting this scheduled. I've been talking about this with my gynecologist for a couple years now, letting her know that I was thinking about getting this procedure done, and she's great. She let me know that she's fully supportive of whatever I want to do. She did let me know of all the other options that are out there if I did not want to do something so permanent. I'm really lucky that both her and my surgeon were fully supportive of my choice, did not make me feel like I was making a bad decision. So my gynecologist referred me to the surgeon. One of the very first things that he said when he walked into the room for our first initial consult was something along the lines of, I fully support a woman's right to choose with what to do with her body. And I was like, we're gonna get along just fine. So he's been great. I was, I'll be honest, a little hesitant about having a male women's health surgeon, but I trust my gynecologist with my life. So if she recommended him, I was like, I'm sure he's great. And he has been. So once we had our consult, we were good to go. He's like, yeah, we'll get the ball rolling. I'll have my scheduler call you soon. So about a week later, the scheduler called me and they were able to get me in like 4 to 6 weeks. It was a really quick turnaround. Being laparoscopic, it's a relatively easy procedure for the surgeon. It was scheduled to be about an hour and 15 minutes long, and my surgery was scheduled for 2 o'clock. We had to get there a couple hours before the actual surgery start time. We went to like a private pre-op room. I had a couple of nurses. You know, I got undressed, put on my gown, which I'm sure if you're a nurse watching this, you already know this, but they have gowns now that like heat up. They have like warmers inside of them. I didn't use the warming function because I was an anxious mess, and so I was super hot already, but I thought that was pretty cool. They put in an IV, had some fluids going, and then of course they used that for like the anesthesia and probably pain meds too, I'm assuming, during the procedure. While I was in the pre-op room, the surgeon and the anesthesiologist came, and a med student too who was shadowing. They all three came in separately and made sure I was good to go with the procedure, had no questions. And then I got wheeled away into the OR. I really felt like I was on Grey's Anatomy. I work at a hospital, but I don't do anything with like surgery besides people who need treatment afterwards. So I'd had very little exposure to that environment. It was like very bright in there. Once they wheeled me in, they had me transfer over to like the operation table. People were just like on my left, on my right, at my feet, just like doing their job so fast. You can just tell they do this all the time. I remember the anesthesiologist coming in and I could like feel something kind of painful and cold going into my IV. They put the oxygen mask over my face, which did not taste good, by the way. At first I was like, nothing's happening. Like, when am I gonna fall asleep? And then of course I don't remember anything after that. Next thing I knew, I was super groggily waking up in like a post-op bed in like a little room of different bays surrounded with like a curtain and everything. You've seen it on Grey's Anatomy. There was a nurse who gave me like a heating pad for my abdomen, got me some ice chips, which were much appreciated. And then they moved me to like another bay, and that's when Ross was able to come in and sit with me. We sat there for like an hour, which kind of sucked because I just like wanted to go home. I was also starving. I was very glad that my appetite came back. I was hoping it would. So I wanted to just like get out of there and eat some solid food because I had not eaten solid food in 24 hours. Ross told me when he came in that the surgeon came and spoke with him right when I was done with the surgery. Apparently, this was a huge shock, but also kind of not. Apparently, I have endometriosis. I feel like everyone that I have talked to or have like seen videos of who have endometriosis have a similar experience where their pain and all the other symptoms that come with their menstrual cycle just get dismissed. Like, that's just part of being a woman, is you're miserable throughout the month. But it turns out they actually have a chronic inflammatory illness. So in a way, it was very validating to like get that diagnosis and know that my unbearable cramps, my super heavy bleeding, my insomnia, my mood swings, my face breakouts, like it was validating to know that there's a reason for all of that and I'm not crazy, you know? But my surgeon told Ross, he was like, if I would have known that I was going to find that in there, I could have like taken it out while I was in there. So it sounds like now I will have to get another surgery to do like endometriosis. Oh my God. Endometriosis, like extraction. I forget what the word is. I'm blaming the anesthesia brain. Anyway, that was very unexpected. But again, it like also just explains everything I've experienced since I was like 12 and getting periods. After about an hour of sitting in the post-op little area, the nurse wheelchaired me out to our vehicle that Ross pulled up to the front. God bless Ross. He got me some Taco Bell. That was like the best tasting thing I've ever had in my life. I was so hungry. All in all, it was a pretty low-key day. I mean, as low-key as it can be getting surgery. I have heard stories of, you know, surgeons nicking arteries and having to open them up and needing blood transfusions and things like that. So very thankful that none of that happened and it went as smoothly as it could, aside from the endometriosis thing. I think they included pictures in my post-op like paperwork. I do want to look at that. I'm very curious like how severe that is. Like I said, less than 24 hours out today and I'm feeling I would say the pain is still the same. I just have this like pressure in my chest and shoulders. I'm very thankful to have my appetite back. I've been eating just fine, which I'm very grateful for. I think I'm just gonna relax and read and watch TV today. I have the rest of the week off, so pretty excited about that. It is day 2 post-op, and I am still posted up on the couch with Phineas. Today the gas pain's a lot better. I don't have as much of that in my chest and shoulders. It's now more of like the abdominal muscle pain, a little bit around the incisions, but I do feel myself progressively feeling a little back to normal. I'm still taking acetaminophen and ibuprofen, alternating every 3 hours-ish. And that really has helped. I haven't even picked up my prescription for, I think it's tramadol that they gave me. I've just been taking these and I've been fine. But the rest of the day today, I'm just going to be hanging out here with Finn, trying to finish Game of Thrones. I'm like a third of the way through. I just saw a TikTok that was like, if I don't finish a book in 3 days, it takes me 3 months to finish it. And that's the case with this. I started this last month and I really like it. I love Game of Thrones. I've watched the show. It's just taken me forever to read it for some reason. All right, no big updates today. I'll check in again with you guys tomorrow. Good morning. It is day 3 post-op. I am about to make some breakfast. I've got my vanilla latte here and I think a bagel and cream cheese is sounding pretty good right now. I'm feeling quite good today. A little bit of like pain and stiffness in my abdomen, but I am quite blown away at how quickly I am recovering, honestly. I do still plan on taking it easy today. I think maybe tomorrow I can go and like get some groceries, maybe go to the thrift store if I want to. I am pleasantly surprised at how good I've been feeling. Knock on wood. All right, let's answer some frequently asked questions that I have received from you guys in the comments on Instagram and TikTok. I'd say the most popular one so far is why we chose the bilateral salpingectomy versus my husband getting a vasectomy. I'd say the biggest reason is because the bisalp has an even lower chance of pregnancy. Another really big reason why we chose this route is there is a significant decrease in risk of developing ovarian cancer. after this procedure. So sort of some bonus points, I'd say. Another common question along those same lines is why we chose the bisalp versus birth control pills, IUD, things of that nature. Number one reason is the permanence of it. There's no going back once you get your tubes removed. Since we absolutely know we do not want kids, taking a short-term solution like the pill or IUD just didn't make sense for me. I also have been on birth control pills a long time ago, and the side effects were absolutely terrible for me. I've heard so many horror stories of the IUD. And once again, that decreased risk of ovarian cancer was another selling point. This is not an anti-birth control page though. Birth control pills, IUD, those things are a vital part of healthcare, and they're a really great fit for tons of uterus owners who maybe don't want kids now, but they will in the future. So absolutely no shade whatsoever to those who choose to go that route. Another common question has been about insurance coverage for this procedure. So this of course will change depending where you live, what insurance you have. And of course, being out of the United States, it will look completely different than our situation. I live in Indiana. I have insurance, which I'm very grateful for, although it is not the best of the best. So for me personally, some of the surgery was covered. The billing people told me it's a total of like $35,000 for the procedure, and I have not gotten my final bill yet, but I was told the estimate out-of-pocket cost would be about $2,800. Oof. I did ask when I was getting those estimates before surgery if they would offer like payment plans, and they do, which is really great. If you have HSA, FSA, that can be used towards that. If you have a male life partner who you're making these decisions with, the vasectomy would likely be cheaper. The recovery is much, much quicker, and you can usually get that scheduled pretty quickly, so relatively fast turnaround. Vasectomies are also reversible. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, from the time that I first met with the surgeon until I was actually on the surgery table, it was about a month. It did take me about 4 to 6 weeks to get in with the surgeon just because his schedule is so full, but that will completely vary based on the healthcare system that you're in. I did get some questions as well about why I didn't just get my whole uterus taken out and ovaries and all. I am a dietitian, I am not a medical doctor, but my understanding is that would sort of put me in like the menopausal state if the entire organ system was removed. And since my uterus and ovaries work just fine, I didn't see a need for that. And the chance of pregnancy with the bisalp that I did get is so low that there was just no need to remove the ovaries and the uterus as well. Who knows? I did get diagnosed with endometriosis while I was in there, so there could be a day where I do need to get my uterus and or my ovaries removed, but I think I'll just keep those around as long as I can. Perhaps I will check back in like a year and let you guys know how I'm feeling, what's going on, because I know it's still so early right now, although I do have to say, so far, I know it's early, but so far, I would absolutely do this all over again. It has been a wonderful choice so far. There are a lot of improvements to be made in women's health, and it is far from perfect, but thankfully we have come a long way, and you have that power of choice, even if you're made to feel otherwise. I just recommend really taking time to consider all the options and make the choice that is best for you, despite what others may have to say. For whatever reason, people might feel like they have say in what you do with your body or what you don't do in this situation, but I firmly believe that you and I have full body autonomy, and we should get to make the choice that is best for us and our life. That's all for now, guys. If you do want to hear more about this journey, let me know. I mean, I could talk about this forever. I am very passionately child-free by choice, so I have so much more to say, and I'm happy to give updates, answer questions as I continue on the post-op timeline. So let me know in the comments below if there are any other questions I did not answer today, or if you do want to see more videos about this. If that's the case, of course, be sure to subscribe so you get notified when I post new videos. But that's all for now. I'll see you guys in the next one.